Winners don't use drugs.
Happy Saturday, everybody. Weeb Nation returns once again. I can't get enough anime. This low-key anime fan. I talk like I hate anime, but I really, really like One Piece and fucking Inuyasha and all that shit.
Oh, yeah.
I have the full box sets. No, I'm just kidding.
I have the full box sets.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
You outed Chris.
Is it a weeb if you're Asian?
All right, so you're not.
It was
weeb.
mandatory.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's in the DNA.
Culture.
Is it
Yeah.
not?
Exactly. It's encoded in you. But yeah, thanks, Chris, Adam, and Vinny.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
For joining me for a discussion about Golgo 13, Queen Bee from 1998. I think I have set a record this year for doing the most live streams about this character because it's three this year that I've done. I did 2 anime movies and the fucking video game, and I still got another video game to go to talk about this character.
Yeah.
This is kind of a character that, I don't know, I think this character could use more love in the eyes of the public. This is a cool. It's a more of a hardcore James Bond when I'm watching these fucking things, you know.
Dude, it's funny you should mention hardcore.
There's a lot of tits.
Yeah, this is one step away from a hardcore porn. You're about a pubic hair away from fucking being a full.
Funny you should say pubic.
Yeah, I think I'm a fan, dude. Like that, what we just watched. I've always liked it, as like a casual or whatever. But like this Queen Bee film made me want to see more. It was so condensed.
This was also, let's see, this was under an hour.
Yep.
And this is at 57 minutes. And The Professional, let's see, The Professional was an hour and a half.
Yep.
Wow.
That's a big fucking drop, you know?
Yeah.
That one was 1983. Holy shit.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
God. Yeah. That was my only gripe with this one is that there were some budgetary issues with this one. Mm-hmm. Like you could see some of the corners they cut on animation, by showing the same scene looping or whatever.
I think the anime. Oh yeah, doing that over and over again.
Yeah,
I will say that got a little annoying after a while.
Mm-hmm.
They started doing it. They started depending on that a little bit too much at one point.
Yeah, but the style was gorgeous. Like I thought, Golgo was rendered better. I thought Queen Bee looked awesome.
Yeah, I thought the art looked better. Sure. The animation looked better. I thought.
Yeah.
The music was awesome in this.
Yeah, it was.
Well, not just the porno base. They were like, the part where, when he's close enough, killing, like stabbing those guys. They were doing some cool shit in this.
Oh shit, we lost Adam.
Oh, he's
there.
Back
You go.
already. He's back.
Welcome back.
Back again. But yeah, this Queen Bee chick, she's a fucking nymphomaniac.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we saw why though. Dude, this is probably the darkest. Seriously, this is darker than Ninja Scroll.
Yeah, this was pretty hardcore, man. Mm-hmm. This really was.
Oh, yeah, there was something very specific. We can't really we can't say it directly.
Well,
yeah,
but
you could say
think politicians and what Biden was rumored to do from his daughter's diary.
A little something with Diddlin involved in this.
Yeah. Well, that's why she was an nympho. Mm-hmm. Like in developmental psychology, we learned all about the sexual maturity and stuff, and that's how you create that.
That's what a lot of people assume about porn stars is that they were sexually abused when they were younger.
Yeah, they say SA. That's
yeah. But
SA, what are you, Mexican?
Hola,
hola,
Queen Bee. But that was really dark. They showed, and it explains why she was an nympho. Mm-hmm. That whole dude, she was seriously messed up, but she was kind of a good guy. Like her whole like she was dealing drugs and everything, but like running those.
Yes, they did. They threw the whole South American. We have what could be considered a terrorist group, and we deal drugs, but we're freedom fighters type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's the difference between a freedom fighter and a terrorist? Whoever wins,
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
And like she was justified. Her shit, like even when we get the twist at the end there, like that guy was justified too in what he did. Like the whole
the presidential candidate. You mean?
Yeah, dude. Like 57.
Oh, that dude was driven over the edge.
Yeah,
completely driven over the fucking edge.
57 minutes or an hour or however long this movie was the perfect time because there wasn't. The pacing was spot on.
Mhm.
It went right into plot point, like the Pac-Man pellets.
There was
Everything
no
worked.
time to catch your breath with this movie.
Yeah. Everything worked though, because we're like, oh, now they show the little girl, and I'm like, hey, I bet that's Queen Bee. Turned out to be Queen Bee. Like, yeah.
Yep.
Like, yeah. I don't know. I loved it. Like, I wish we had more of that. I
thought you had seen this before. I thought I was the only one. Oh, I don't know
No,
if Adam saw this or not. But
I think
I have
was
never seen this.
So I was the only one on panel who's seen it.
okay.
Yeah. I've only seen the old ones. The one that you showed last time. I saw the Sonny Chiba. Yeah, I saw the Sonny Chiba one. I played the Famicom games. I played
You saw the live.
games.
You saw the live action.
Yeah, it was on WLVI
Was it
56 once.
Was it any
nice.
good? Is it worth?
Well, it was censored as like again WLVI 56. Yeah, it was
Oh, yeah.
because you'll never forget a name like Golgo 13 because
Yeah.
the whole time I'm like, is he Golgo 13? Why do they keep calling him Duke? And it's like, no, his name's Duke Togo or whatever.
Duke Togo. Yes.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know, dude. This is a character. This whole franchise did not get the justice it deserves. I don't know why this is a cult following. This should be mainstream.
Yeah,
this is
I
better
don't
than
get
James
it.
Bond.
I really don't get why it's a cult following. Well, maybe just because it's like older anime characters, they don't get the respect and love that ever since like Dragon Ball Z, that was the one that set it off for everybody.
It's funny that you say that because like I've seen a couple of toy reviewers and other people doing like entertainment reviews or whatever, and I saw one guy. They were showing like one of these Tokyo shows or some shit, one of the toy things, and they got a bunch of like the characters that you would know. And as they're panning across, they're showing Ken Shiro, and the kid goes,
nice.
"Yeah." The kid goes, "I don't know who this is, but he looks kind of cool."
Of course.
Yeah, he took a guess at who it might be, and he was completely wrong. He goes, "But it's a pretty cool looking figure, but I don't know anything about that." And then he kept going. I'm like, oh my god! It's like, and you're into anime and manga and all this shit. It's like, how do you not know who that character is?
Well, all right, it's the same thing. That could be said for any sort of fan base. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, say a 12 or 13-year-old these days just starts watching wrestling, and he's introduced to wrestling by guys like fucking Roman Reigns or someone like that.
Yeah.
There's not going to be anything set in stone that this guy has to go back in time and study who Bruno Sammartino was.
Yeah,
right.
Or
he's the freaking superstar.
Superstar Billy Graham. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I hear that, but like, I just one thing if it's a kid, because a kid's not going to be that exposed to it. But you're in your 20s and you're like,
if
you didn't know who Hulk Hogan was.
I don't watch kids on YouTube. So
well, did you know that Hokuto no Ken had such a cultural impact on art styles that the original Double Dragon characters were based off of that?
I could see that because their costumes looked exactly like it.
Almost 100% ripoff right there. And to me, to not know who Kenshiro is. I mean, I guess it could be forgivable, but it's kind of like, a kid growing up not knowing who Pikachu is and they like Pokemon.
Right.
Okay, but also Fist of the North Star is not the cultural phenomenon that Pokemon ever was.
It never reached that. But as far as mature anime goes, if you follow mature anime and you don't know Fist of the North Star or Hokuto no Ken, then you've been living in a closet because that's what set it off. That was the first time back in the 80s when it was like boobs, violence,
Well,
death.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, like I've said this when we watched it. That was the first anime that I remember being introduced to. It was Fist of the North Star.
Yeah.
But then, like, because also, like, it didn't even dawn on me that cartoons like Robotech and Voltron. It didn't even dawn on me that those are anime. Those are the same style of this. I just looked at those as cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, like, to me, the thing that made stuff anime was like the over the top violence.
Yeah.
The nudity and the sex scenes and the
shit.
constant swearing. Yes, the more adult themed stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what, to me, like, separated anime from the stuff like Voltron and Robotech.
Because that's the thing. It's not, they're not dumbing anything down, and you know, we wanted stuff that's a little more edgy compared to what we were, you know, accustomed
Used to. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, because
Well,
I mean,
that
there's cool shit like on Transformers and G.I. Joe and stuff like that, but you get only a couple of things here and there where they get a little bit of violence, or maybe a movie only would get like a little drop of blood somewhere. But like with these things, it was kind of
constant violence. Yeah.
Well, that's because this wasn't geared towards children. Like Hokuto no Ken was not for kids, even though we watched it as kids.
Yep. Akira wasn't geared towards children either. But
Nope.
No.
Akira didn't have the over the top violent. Like, it did have violent parts, but it wasn't like Fist of the North Star violent.
Right.
But
The
that
opening-
wasn't geared towards children.
The uncensored Akira at the opening scene is
With
really gruesome.
the fight between the
bike.
clowns. The bike.
Yeah,
fight
and they
between
grape
clowns.
they grape his
Oh
girlfriend
shit!
there.
They do.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
I've never
freaking rip
seen
her
that
shirt off,
version.
and like it's really brutal.
God damn.
Yeah,
didn't
I
do
saw that on. Yeah, well, one of my buddies, because we saw it on Sci-Fi Anna Monday or whatever the Sci-Fi Channel used to have, like the Japanimation blocks or whatever, and it was like, dude, Robot Carnival and Akira's on. So I watched Akira on that, and it was censored to all hell. And I'm like, oh, I bet, you know, because I had the Ninja Scroll VHS. I'm like, I bet the Akira VHS is going to be uncensored. I didn't have the money for it. One of my buddies bought it, brought it over, and it rocked our world.
Well,
it is brutal.
It did move slow at a lot of parts, but I liked it.
Yeah.
But again, that hand-drawn animation, though.
But
Oh my god,
this did not move slow at all.
No,
this is like
perfect.
Like pedal to the fucking metal from the beginning of this shit.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and I loved every second of it.
Like, you don't even it's like 57 minutes that goes by and it seems like it's 17 minutes.
I was gonna say it felt like a 15-minute cartoon.
Yeah, it made me want to have like more. Like this felt like a half an hour block. Like I was watching an episode of a full series.
But I just don't know why they only did two full-length anime features.
Like you said, if there were bad reviews because of all the Karens out there.
Well, all right, so let me see what this said again on what it said on IMDb. Now IMDb,
let's delve into them.
IMDb also, you know, they have a lot of lefty catering. So this got a 6.2 out of 10.
Really? That's like a D or a D minus.
Yeah, this got a 6.2 out of 10.
The only thing I'd say is just like, because there's a lot of gratifying stuff in it, but the end, that's the thing that
the cliffhanger.
We didn't get our satisfaction completely, and that's
I'm like, what I'm saying though, like stuff like this, and like say the critics, not the audience for Rotten Tomatoes. But the critic scores on Rotten Tomatoes. They usually like stick up their ass. All right. I don't understand this group of people where on one hand, you're like, oh, you go and be a slut. You go and suck as many dicks as you possibly can and get pregnant from as many men as you want. And then on the other hand, be upset when that person is being sexualized.
Yeah.
Well, it's because it's not about them. It's about men. They want men to be unhappy. And they do that in video games. And it's funny, too, because a lot of lesbians are starting to, like, speak up about this, where they're like,
I've seen
they're like, why are all the women in these games physically repulsive? This is gross. And they're like, well, because that's for the male gaze. And they're like, I'm not male, and I want to see an attractive female, you know? And, they've ruined it for everyone.
That's what I'm saying. This whole thing, like, of what I just want to see if there's any reviews on this of like, oh my god, the first 15 minutes is basically a porno. I mean, I'm not gonna lie; they wouldn't be lying
Well,
if they said that. But
Yeah, but this was like Skinamax porn. We didn't see a dick going in.
no,
anywhere,
there's no,
you know
no.
what I
You
mean?
don't see penetrate. And you know what? There are some fucking animes where they will show that shit straight up.
Oh yeah, they show X-rays. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically a fucking X-ray of a dick.
Yeah.
Basically, they show this one called. It was called Guy. This one, it was fucking horrendous. It was like the character's name was Guy. I don't remember but like the women were like sex slaves on like some spaceship or some shit, and
Sounds very anime.
when they, yeah.
Is that GUI? Hold on, I'm typing that.
And what year was this made? I just want to make sure I want to make sure I don't come across this movie. But no, they're doing like the girl's getting pounded, but you see in dick cam, it's like the inside of this girl getting ran through. I'm
Oh
like,
my god.
okay, you guys are getting a little bit too fucking passionate about your job here, okay?
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's
it was
funny.
like it was like the X-rays in Mortal Kombat. Like,
Yeah. There's one that I picked up at a FYE, and I'm like, oh, this animation style kind of cool. So I picked up, I put it, one of these anime things. It was called Mezzo Forte, half power is would it be the translation for it, whatever. And it was this guy and girl, and they were making these sex dolls, but they put bombs inside of them. So like the agency they were working for, they were like hitmen. And so these people would get these stupid sex dolls, and then while they're banging away, they fucking they did their hit job with them. But there's some hardcore shit out of nowhere.
Sex dolls.
But yeah, there was like this, I didn't realize what the hell it was.
Yeah,
but,
a
like,
lot of
the
these things, they
animation
do
was
that out
killer.
of nowhere. They do it out of nowhere. They do it
Yeah.
completely unnecessary, too.
Yeah.
That movie
Yeah.
guy I was telling you about, how they were sex slaves, there's a scene of this dude, he's straight up raping this girl with a gun. Like, seriously, he has her bent over, he's got the gun in, like, and they're showing this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, something, like, I'm not a fucking, Quaker or anything like that.
You're not a
But
prude.
I'm just like, there's some things are just,
a little too much.
you know what I'm saying? Like, shock value could only take you so far.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. But it's a shame too, because like some of it, like the animation was so killer, and the story was pretty cool too. It's some of the characters and what they were doing.
And what was
it was
called
also
again?
Mezzo Forte.
Okay.
Yeah. But it looked pretty fucking cool. And there's a couple of action sequences like with guns and shit too, and some martial arts, and it was like, oh shit.
What up, Tommy? How you doing, man?
Hey, Tommy.
Hey.
All right. This one, I think I was telling you guys about this one called Legend of the Overfiend. Did either of you ever hear about this one?
I think I've heard of it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, at the end of the fucking movie, giant demon fucking dicks have taken over the world, and they're blowing loads all over the fucking planet.
Oh,
and
jeez.
blowing everything up with it. See what I mean? Like, some of these people, they really got fucking, they got a lot of fucking issues.
Mhm.
Did you ever see what is it, Wicked City?
Yes.
Remember the old guy?
I think
He's
you
like
guys were telling me about.
There was the woman with the Venus
spider.
flytrap.
the vagina.
Yeah, you were
But
telling
there's
me
a
about
scene
that.
where like this old guy is like he's a lecher, so he's kind of like Master Roshi from Dragon Ball. It's all about like trying to get with chicks and stuff. And he gets with this chick, like this big titty blonde, and they're like banging in the bathroom. And all of a sudden he's like sucking on her tit, and he starts, wait a minute, what's wrong with your tits? And he just gets absorbed into her.
It's some fucking weird shit.
Tommy saw 10 or 15 minutes of the movie and decided he hated it. Of course, power went up.
That tracks well with Tommy.
yeah, that seems to be par for the course.
All right, but wait. All right, here's a review on IMDb.
I can't remember. Did he watch Ninja Scroll? Did he?
Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's
Alright,
a classic.
All right, so this review, it's titled "Sheesh." Sorry, I can't help thinking there are plenty of Japanese anime films that get made just so a bunch of animators can sit in a room and draw boobs all day long. I rented this because I love the video game counterpart on an NES 8-bit. I never knew there was a cartoon or even another plot to go along with it. But this film makes Duke Togo out to be some sort of superhero stud James Bond wannabe, while the quiet, daring, super cool mofo I grew to love in the Top Secret Agent video game was nowhere to be seen. There were some neat things, but nothing really to keep me awake while watching it at 3 a.m. No, all right. See, I thought this was going to be something talk. Okay, boom, here we go. I was looking for it, and I found it. This one is titled "Enjoy Degradation of Women?" Question mark.
Yes.
Not half of the film. Not half. Wait. All right.
I was expecting it to start with, "Hi, my name's Karen."
Yeah.
Well, I don't. All right. This first sentence. Not half the film of the original. Okay, not half the film of the original. Saying doesn't compare to it. All right. The storyline seemed to be dumbed down. The animation not as clean, stylish but no substance. I won't even bother getting to how this film is only slightly above tentacle porn as far as being degrading to women. All right, granted, this woman was plowing her way through the whole entire fucking cast, but she was still the fucking leader of this fucking crew, she had a lot of people loyal to her.
Not only that, but like her degradation is exactly why she's the way she is. She is a victim, okay? And like again, developmental psychology. S8 as a kid, you're going to be a nympho as an adult, or you're going to have some type of sexual deviance. Like that's part of her character. And the fact that she's hot and she gets banged a lot, and we see boobs, or basically her gynecologist or whatever. But like, take that out, and you have a very boring character. Like, not saying yes, I need to see tits, but it's like that's what makes her so tragic. Is that that's her only way of like. She had an army of other people's like all these dead guys' kids that she pooped out. Okay,
yeah.
Like that's part of her character.
And that was so she could fucking keep her name, keep her fucking legacy going. Yep. Like if she gets knocked out, she got like fucking 6 or 7 more to take her place.
Yeah, it was part of the story, and sure, it's a fucked up story, but that's the point of it. If you don't like that, it's not degradation of women, blah blah blah. She was a strong badass, dude.
Every fucking one of these people always has to chime in that this is degrading to women, this is degrading to women, this is degrading to women. They always have to do that.
Did you see the opening scene? The opening scene, she kicks open the van door and just destroys the entire FBI.
But
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was badass.
But the whole thing for complaint, sometimes people want to complain just for complaining's sake. Okay, so somebody I know. All right, if anyone remembers this episode of Married with Children, where they go into the woods and Peg, Kelly, and Marcy all get their period at the same time.
Oh yeah, that was a great one. The cabin.
Okay. So somebody I know complained it's sexist, and not even taking into consideration that every single goddamn episode, and yes, every single goddamn episode of Married with Children, as much as I love the show, makes men look out to be the biggest retards in the world. And if you say otherwise, then you have never watched Married with Children.
Yeah.
Al is always getting the short end of the fucking stick in every episode.
And the balance is
always.
Yeah, but the balance is that he insults the shit out of these nasty boys and these fat women. That's why it was funny and it worked.
Exactly. What's up, Chicago Cubs? How you doing?
What's up?
Hey.
You familiar with this one, Chicago Cubs? Golgo 13, Queen Bee. It's highly degrading to women. All right, so here's another one. All right. Okay. So it says, I mentioned how I like they focused on the big bad story, which is a lot of these movies don't. Okay, so this one person is saying like how people were complaining that they concentrated more on Queen Bee than they did Golgo 13. I don't mind that.
Yeah,
because Golgo 13's the assassin, Queen Bee's the target.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
And-
it's like Mad Max.
Yeah. Well, Golgo 13, he was already established in the previous movie.
Yeah.
Like, we know
Yeah.
who he is already. We don't know who she is. And
And anyway, what you can say about him can be summed up in like 4 sentences.
yeah, basically,
Yeah, he's a
super
hired
assassin,
killer.
bangs a lot of broads, quiet.
Yeah.
Smoke,
but-
and he smokes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Alright, so-
we learned how he got his scar on his cheek.
Oh, yeah.
All right. In Queen Bee, they apparently had the same idea, expanded even more on the story for the target. Okay.
Mhm.
As for people complaining about this movie, complaining about sex and how the movie is degrading women, really? It's a movie where people, including children, are killed, and boobs are what are bothering these social justice warriors.
Yes.
Another great point right there.
Yep.
Yep.
There's also the part where a little girl gets,
Mhm.
essayed, as Vinny.
Well, no, remember the helicopter that took out the nanny and the
Yeah.
son?
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, we're all like, whoa! Like when that happened and we didn't see the death toll yet.
Yep.
We're all like, whoa!
They were offing people and kids. It was
Very-
crazy.
Then this
Yep.
review follows it up as, this is why SJWs should be banned from society and confined to places where they would feel welcome, like in the Middle East. People like protecting and covering women there as well. What leftist liberals love.
Does this person have a channel we could follow?
Yeah. Wait, is the name of this user C Fisk?
People complaining about the movie not focusing on Golgo over Queen Bee. That's why it's interesting. Revealing everything about a cold-hearted killer like Golgo serves no purpose but make it
Yep.
another cliche fest.
Yep.
Developing
Amen.
the character of his targets and making you feel for them before Golgo snuffs out their life is what makes these movies brutal. Apparently,
Yep.
some genius even rated the movie low based on a stupid video game. That's the one I was talking about. Holy shit! That was the very first one I read. Okay.
Called them out.
Great. Awesome.
But yeah, there's not a lot of reviews on this.
Yeah, I don't get where this is high octane, minute to second to second story beat. Like it doesn't waste a single like every shot has relevance. Like every part of this,
Mhm.
the only thing for me that's kicking it from a perfect score is the unfulfilling ending. The unsatisfying ending because it's like
Mhm.
okay, I want more, and we never got it because this is 1998. And some of the animation shortcuts, where like we saw the crowd where the guy marching in the background, so they like
Yeah,
moved
we
in front of
see the GI Joe cartoon type screw up with that one. Really.
Yeah, but those are nitpicks. Like the story was great. The me, I'm a raging misogynist, dude, and I actually sympathized with this villain, or this target. Like she was a badass.
You know what? I didn't see this as a girl power thing.
No,
I did
not at
see
all.
this as a girl power thing.
Yeah.
No, this was a victim.
Because this was an actual type of thing that happened.
Yeah.
There was a fucking South American chick
cartel or
yeah,
something.
it was something along the lines of this too, where she had children ready to take on the mantle of her fucking whole thing.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's a uniquely feminine weapon too. Guys can't do that. They can't grow their own soldiers. And that's what made the character as a female special. It's exploitation. It's like, no, there was a lot of things that explicitly happened to women that if you were to make this a dude, it wouldn't have made any sense.
Mhm.
I don't know. I really liked the setup. I thought the story was great. The only thing that I would ding it again is the vice president, the villain of the story. We don't get a satisfying it's kind of teasing. I'm like, okay, where's the next one? What's the next one called? It's like there's only 2 films. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's kind of like the political sphere where it's like the Dems basically they win,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this was
there's a
most
cover-up.
largely- Yeah,
Yeah.
the movie came out 98, but we see that it takes place in 2000. It's supposed to be the 2000 election.
Which it still makes it feels like it's more relevant in today's world than it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We were saying that all throughout. They're like, wow, this is oddly prescient.
Yeah, especially with the kids part, the whole part.
Yeah, but why did you use a little ethnic black girl?
Oh
We already
yeah,
got
no, the
white
very
demographic.
opening. Oh my god, the very opening is like screams of today.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
like, but like they take themselves serious. Meanwhile, this was like showing you that it's a fucking stupid thing to do.
Yep.
All those identity politics. Yep.
Okay, so I took up I brought up Rotten Tomatoes because I knew some lefty douchebags were going to be
Oh
trying to
God.
say something. Okay, so this gets a half a star for this review.
Holy shit.
Practically softcore porn. There is nothing redeemable about this movie. It's one of only possible 3 or 4 movies in my life I've ever quit watching out of total disgust over the subject matter. Can't just
handle it.
yeah. And it seems it said nothing about the violence.
No.
So it was just the fucking the tits. It was the sex scene that did it for this one.
Yeah.
Okay, this there are actually some good reviews for this.
Nice.
Okay, all right, here's a 4 out of 5 star review. Nice and simple. This one's nice and simple. Duke Togo shoots stuff and has sex. A lot. That's all you need to know.
He's right. Yeah. Well, that he knows the character. Yeah.
Yeah.
One person saying this is James Bond as an animated character.
Yeah. This was more interesting than modern James Bond. Like, I don't think I still like older James Bond, like Pierce Brosnan and before, but like obviously Connery freaking kicks ass. But like the newer shit, like where he's riding bitch with the girl boss black lady with the eyebrows. Like
no, the movie it ended. The series ended with Spectre. That's the last one.
Yeah, it's got to be that.
Yeah,
that last one didn't happen.
I never sat through any of the Daniel Craig Bonds.
Oh yeah.
Casino Royale is great.
Casino Royale is fantastic.
For me, the Bond series with me is very weird.
Yeah.
I've never sat through any of the Connery ones. I've seen bits and pieces.
Oh shit.
I've seen bits and pieces of so many of them, but the only ones that I've ended up seeing the full things of were the Pierce Brosnan ones.
Okay.
I don't know how it happened that way. It just happened.
If you're gonna watch 2 of them, it should be Casino Royale and Spectre, and then you're good.
Yeah.
You mean out of all of them?
No.
Just the newer ones.
Out of the Daniel Craig ones.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually liked the Lazenby one. I think that was on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Well, yeah, that was supposed to technically be the first one.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Oh yeah, Chicago Cubs. This dude, he's he's brutal like the Punisher.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they don't shy away from the ultra violence with Golgo 13.
No. It's an awesome fucking character, and it was nice and simple. Like I was saying, you don't have to explain his background. He's a fucking killer. He's an assassin. Boom, there you go.
He reminds me and I'm fairly certain that Golgo came out before the French Leon the Professional. But like stories before Leon met Matilda, he talks about how, and even John Wick, dude, like, the pre-John Wick 1 movies where he was, the Baba Yaga, if you see him, you're already dead kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like they're hitmen. Like it's a trope. And I think it started with Golgo 13 and he's not getting the respect of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, RR's right. He's a brutal, awesome assassin. There you go.
What's up,
that's his character bio.
Pretty much.
Nailed it.
Yep.
He bangs and shoots.
Yep.
He shoots girls with other things.
No particular order.
And don't forget too, he has a little bit of a heart. He spared her twice.
Yep.
The 3rd time, not so much. Because it's like, you remember after he banged her the first time, like he could have taken her out, he didn't. And then later, when the father is on the podium doing the thing to the vice president, like he was about to run for vice president, like he sees her break down.
He was running for president.
Well, that dude was running for president, but whatever, the guy with the glasses,
the junkie,
yeah,
the junkie was running. The panicking junkie was the one running for president.
Right.
Yeah, and he was trying to kill the vice president, who was the main villain of the story. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, during that scene, because like he sees her scream "father," and like he stopped because he was going to take her out, and he's like, yeah, but he waited till later at the cemetery.
Oh yeah, Chicago, dude. Chicago Cubs brings up something about Roger Moore's James Bond. if you haven't seen any Roger Moore James Bond, you're missing out on the best villains that the James Bond series has.
Well, that was Jaws and
Jaws, Odd Job.
But was
Yeah,
was Odd Job Connery era?
No,
Well, he was in the Connery. He was in Goldfinger.
Yeah, and who's the one that? What was the name of the character that Hervé Villechaize played? Remember when he got stuffed in the luggage?
Oh,
no,
shit.
I don't.
Wait, it was the man with the golden gun.
Yep,
that was Roger Moore, and what's his face?
He was in Moonraker. He was
Dracula.
in
what the fuck's his name?
Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee. Yeah, he was the man with the golden gun.
Yep.
But
yeah,
like from what I've seen, like when I see bits and pieces of the older Bond movies, the Roger Moore ones look to me they look like to be the most fun. They look kind of they look like a little on the campy side.
Yeah, they are, and they're lighthearted.
I do like the way it looks, you know.
Yeah, runs on top of crocodile heads. Yeah, it's
yes.
He says I think he says the line the best though as well. Roger Moore.
Which one? The shaken not stirred thing?
Yeah, that one. Bond, James Bond, like the way he just, I don't know. There's something about him, like he had that class to him as well that it worked. Like Connery was fantastic, but yeah, Daniel Craig. Like a lot of people, like, but because of what they did with whatever that last one, which I'm never going to see that piece of shit. But the first one's excellent. Second one, the story's kind of all over the place. But
the Daniel Craig ones.
Yeah, Craig ones.
Quantum of Solace was
yeah. And then what was
What's
the
up,
third
Bo?
one?
How you doing, man?
Wasn't that Spectre? Wasn't it Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Spectre, and then
he did
No
5.
Time to Die?
I'm pretty sure he did 5. Didn't he do 5 of them?
I
There's another one. It starts off with the Day of the Dead stuff. The big fucking parade or whatever.
Yeah, the Los Dios de Muertos.
Yeah, that stuff.
Wasn't that in Spectre or no? Hold on. I'm gonna Google the 007 genealogy.
Yeah.
Or just got. Let's see.
All right, wait. I'll check to see just how many Daniel Craig did. But so the only ones that I've seen have like all the way through have been
Skyfall.
GoldenEye.
Yeah, there you go. Skyfall. Yep.
All right, Skyfall was good. I'll say yeah. All right. So Casino Royale, Skyfall, and Spectre. There are definitely 3 awesome ones. And then Quantum of Solace, you kind of do it out and never watch No Time to Die.
Yeah, No Time for Black Girl Magic.
Yeah,
all right, No Time to Die was the one where they tried to push him into the back seat, right?
Yep. Yeah, they were. Yeah, he was getting. You're getting replaced, you fossil.
They said there's only like 5 minutes of the movie that's worth watching, and that's Ana de Armas. But you know what? You get it in Ballerina, so you don't even have to watch it at all.
Yeah. Giggity.
All right, but I also have the internet, so I could look her up naked anytime I want.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a plus.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
but
the only one I saw in the theater was GoldenEye. I went with my dad to see that one.
Yeah.
I
Jensen. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
but you know what? The other girl's hotter than her, man. The redhead.
Denise Richards? Or?
No. Isabella Sarupko, her name is.
Oh shit.
She was the
computer hacker.
She was yeah.
Knick Knack. Chicago Cubs got it. Knick Knack. That was Hervé Villechaize's character.
Nice.
Yeah, Knick Knack. Yeah, dude, they stuffed him like James stuffed him in a freaking luggage. They didn't make it a suitcase.
Yeah. That's what do you call it in that comic book Danger Girl that J. Scott Campbell did. He's got a character like that in there. They roll like a bowling ball down a fucking. What the hell? I forgot what it was. He had like these extra things like to extend his arms, like these metal contraptions, and they roll him like a bowling ball. It was hilarious.
Man,
I'm surprised they never made that into an actual live action movie.
Danger Girl?
Danger Girl was awesome.
Yeah. My coworker, remember when I worked at Tryon Worlds, he had a big the remember how we were talking about that special plastic that's like polystone resin?
Why does Danger Girl sound familiar?
Because she was like image. She was with like they had a crossover of her and Tomb Raider.
It was J. Scott Campbell. He did his like all female crew of like James Bond stuff.
Yep.
Or
The blondes, the redheads.
Am I confusing this with Tank Girl?
Probably.
Yes, Tank Girl is the weird Australian like girl with the tank in the post-apocalypse with the kangaroo people.
No, yeah, this was an espionage story. It was only like 7 or 8 issues. They
Yeah, she had like a
hardcover.
white half shirt. She had a white half shirt with her boobs, and she almost had like a Sonya Blade style costume.
Yep. And then there was one that the brunette with the long hair. She had like the cat suit with the whip. She was from Australia. And then there was like the Russian one with the fishnet top and the knives.
And I like the art style of that stuff because the like I said, my coworker had like the poly resin statue of that, or all three. Like they were freaking badass.
Yeah, a little bit before I got there, toward he had released a couple of figures of them.
Oh shit!
It was like, they were fighting like Yahtzees. Yeah, it was pretty great. Like they were trying to come, like the Yahtzees were trying to come back. So he mixed like his with the shit that he loved from Indiana Jones, James Bond, a couple of things he kind of like all merged together to come up with that story. But with the female leads, it was fun. It was great. He had a character in there that was who kind of led them, almost like Charlie's Angels, but it was Sean Connery. So it was like a retired James Bond was kind of leading them.
Wow,
yeah, it was pretty cool.
All right, here's this. I don't know what the hell this is. All right, so someone's quoting someone in a review that I don't see before he spoke. U.S. viewers can only hope Japanese audience don't see this bloody James Bond ripoff as a realistic portrait of American politics. First of all, calling this a James Bond ripoff.
James Bond was a spy, not an assassin.
Exactly. Yeah. He was a government spy.
Yeah, espionage. Yeah, there's no espionage here. This is Golgo.
I mean, you could say it's James Bond-like. James Bond-ish.
It had some political intrigue. Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's a political assassination,
Yeah.
It's based on a political assassination.
Mm-hmm. If anything, this is the halting of a political assassination.
Mm-hmm.
Because
he was hired to stop her.
Yep. The vice president hired him to take her out, and then after she met him at the bar, she was tracking him down. She met him at the bar and then hired him to take out the president.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, he was already on the case. So it's like a timing thing. Like if the vice president didn't hire him to take her out, then Golgo would have easily have been would have taken out the president.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was timing.
Just
like he was already on the case.
Again.
Yeah, I'm sorry. In Minecraft, but like
they kept so their whole big thing seemed to be drugs. Like, they didn't want, because I'm sure every time a politician has said we're going to stop the influx of drugs, that always happens, right? Anyway,
well, that was the irony.
They show him with his little tackle box full of
heroin. Yeah, his little heroin thing. Yeah, it's just like a hunter. I mean, in Minecraft.
No, so their concern was that, what was it? Hardy, right? The president,
President Hardy,
his vice candidate Hardy, that him and his people were going to stop the flow of drugs or something. Like that was really going to fucking happen. Like any time a politician has promised that, like it really goes through.
Yeah.
Well, she was only using the drugs to finance her guerrillas. Mm-hmm. Like the drugs were irrelevant. It was about getting the money. Like if she could find a better way to get the money, she would have done it.
Right, and she needed the money to feed all those mouths.
Yeah, because she was creating an army literally out of her womb.
Well, she was feeding a lot of mouths by breastfeeding some fucking.
That too.
The fucking monster guy in the beginning was sucking on her tit while he's fucking talking about some background story.
Dude, that was so messed up too. They're like they're in like full coitus. And all of a sudden, his men walk in the room and they're like, "We got a guy that's still
some fucking beat the shit out of dude."
Hands her the gun. She's butt naked, walks over, blows his brains out. She's got a blood spray all over her boobies, and then they continue to bang.
Oh shit!
The first several episodes of the $6 Million Man with Lee Majors tried to make him a really.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it looked like Roger Moore era Bond, like Lee Majors. When you remember that when he was like fighting like John Saxon there as like the other android or
it's been so long since I've seen even a clip of the $6 Million Man.
Yeah, I watched that show religiously.
I see the Fall Guys on all the time, but they're not playing this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it was the $6 Million Man, but I was I was really young when it came out, but they did have like a spin-off series that kind of lasted a little longer, which was the Bionic Woman.
Yeah.
And I loved that one, man. Lindsay Wagner, hello. Yeah. And then Wonder Woman came on, and then Fall Guy a few years later with like the.
And that's when Chris discovered his penis.
Dude, Linda Carter, late 70s. Oh my god.
Fuck yeah, and she used to get naked in movies too.
Oh my god, dude, that woman has perfect boobs.
Yeah, there's a couple movies she got naked in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my god, I gotta do some extensive research.
Yeah, her tits are amazing.
Yeah, that woman, she won the genetic lottery. That is a hot Latina right there.
Her daughter's super gorgeous too, and she's talented. She sings.
Damn, yeah, that's some eugenics working right there.
Yeah.
Man, lucky bastard to throw one in Linda Carter. Oh my god.
Well, she's a fucking batshit crazy.
Yeah, she's batshit crazy.
Loony,
they all are.
Loony,
but she's on the crazy hot index,
They all are, Michael. They all are.
Plus, there was also a point in the 80s where she ballooned.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she got fat and stuff.
Yeah.
The wall hits them all. That's the thing
she did lose the weight though. Because she packed them on, boy. She packed them on like she was training for fucking the ultimate sumo competition. So. Well,
that's the thing about women is their hotness is a very a varied in size small window. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So never go for a woman if you're thinking of marriage or anything. Go for a woman just because of her hotness, because that's going to disappear real quick.
I'll tell you who is highly, highly disappointing to see these days. Fucking 12 and 13-year-old boners used to rise at the view of this woman.
Oh no!
What's her name? Erica Eleniak, the chick who pops out of the cake in Under Siege.
Oh yeah!
Oh my god! Yeah,
she was the first Baywatch blonde. She was on Baywatch before Pam Anderson was. This woman was fucking ridiculously hot.
She had the perfect body.
Ridiculously hot.
Big boobs,
And now she's a fucking train wreck. Tattooed up and oh my god.
Oh jeez. I think the biggest transition is the one that you can't even recognize anymore. With Nikita,
Bridget Fonda.
Bridget Fonda.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
She looks like the monster that ate Bridget Fonda now.
Oh my god.
She looks like Chet from Weird Science.
Yes.
Yeah. That's fucking awful. Yeah. Awful.
But that's the thing is we as long as we understand there's a very short window where that exists. You know what I mean?
We understand, they don't.
Yeah. Women don't understand that when guys get into relationships, they don't want women to change, and when women get into relationships, they want men to change. Mm-hmm. And it's that's why almost all conflict stems from.
Yeah. Wow.
But not ever. It doesn't happen to all of them. Even I know the Hollywood types have a leg up on everyone because they have money and they could take care of themselves better.
Right.
But that's not always the case with the Hollywood types. For instance, we were just talking about Linda Carter. Mm-hmm. What happened to her? But then you get the ones like we were watching fucking John Wick 3 yesterday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Halle Berry, that woman does not fucking age.
Black don't crack.
I don't know what. Well, it certainly does at certain points. But.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, do you know who? Have you ever heard of Carrie Hoskins? She
Carrie Ann Hoskins was Sonya. Yeah, she was. Sonya.
She was in that Aerosmith game too as the dominatrix.
She still looks fucking good.
It looks absolutely amazing, and I'm like, how the hell? She's Korean baby foreskin?
Well, she's the she's the real life queen bee. Because she popped out a bunch of kids, and she still looks incredible.
Yes, she does.
God bless her. I know her kids have some.
Yeah, she's got some difficulties. Yeah.
Yeah, which that sucks, but it's amazing what the hell she's been doing though, and the fan base came out to support her. During all that stuff, so that's even better.
It's admirable that she can be, she's got that kind of challenge in life, and it's like she's still pretty positive about it. So
Yep.
yeah, good for her, man.
Yep. And like I said, all those fucking guys who, we've all been fans of the series and everything, and of her, they came out and helped her in a massive way with
That's
that
awesome.
situation. Yeah. Because I think she had a GoFundMe or something because the
Yeah.
difficulties she was dealing with. I think it was twins that she had that they were both sick.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
God damn.
Yeah, like I said, man, sometimes you treat the fans with respect and everything, and they'll come out and they will help you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I forgot about this. That Baywatch actually was on NBC before it was on like regular like syndication.
USA. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that chick Erica Leniak, she was on that show before Pam Anderson.
Somebody kept posting that on my timeline as an animated GIF of the popping out of the cake where the camera rotates around and she pulls her boobs out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I don't know what this movie's from, but this is awesome.
Under Siege. It was Under Siege.
I'm like, I am willing to watch a Steven Seagal film to see those boobs.
Is that the one that has Tommy Lee Jones as the bad guy?
Yeah. Tommy Lee Jones and Gary.
They're on a
Busey
train.
the bad guys. No, they're on a aircraft carrier.
Who is the bad guy?
The bad guys are Gary Busey and Tommy Lee.
Oh, Gary Busey. Yeah.
Gary Busey.
Yep. That alone, the tits
Yes.
of him, you should watch.
Yes.
Well, that's also when Gary Busey was still a human.
Yeah.
Before his teeth took over his face.
Before he landed on his head and overdosed on cocaine.
Yeah. And
he got into a horrible motorcycle accident and a cocaine overdose in the same year.
And don't forget, he also had a giant tumor that they removed from his nose, from that whole sinus cavity, from all the coke that he had done. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yep. That's why his face got all crooked afterwards.
Oh, man.
Just remember the part in fucking Point Break where he puts the gun to the guy's head. He goes, "Speaking to the microphone, squid brain."
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, but Linda Carter, like, if somebody like, honestly, for me, it's a weird toss up between, and they're two very different looking women. But if somebody said like throughout history, who would you find the hottest? For me, it would be a toss up between Linda Carter and Audrey Hepburn from Breakfast at Tiffany's. It's a weird contrast.
Hottest ever for you?
Yeah.
Okay,
I know it's a weird thing.
I have to get this part of I have to get this banner ready for when we go into side discussions.
Yeah.
For me, the hottest woman in the world is this. I don't think she is still a Victoria's Secret model. Adriana Lima. This woman is fucking gorgeous. I'll even bring up a picture of this.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna need some visual reference for this.
Yeah, I know who she is. Yeah, she's fucking hot.
Ridiculously hot.
Brunette.
You're gonna hear. It's gonna sound like floppy clown shoes squeaking around.
Oh shit.
That's fucking great.
Yeah.
This chick right fucking here. This fucking woman.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Ridiculously fucking hot.
Look at her eyes. Wow.
Yep. Well, she's one of those, she's Brazilian, so she's probably got some like
yeah.
She's probably got some German blood in there, yeah. But Victoria's Secret, they really, really knew how to pick themselves some fucking Brazilian girls to be their models.
I heard they're going back to hot chicks because all the troon and male, like ugly chicks chased away all their customers.
Well, they did it with everything, bro. They did it with Playboy magazine.
Yep.
They did it.
Yeah, they had a
fucking the swimsuit edition of Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, they had somebody in a burqa on the cover.
A fucking burqa, bro. A burqa. And then this year they put in Salma Hayek. I'm like, oh, okay, they learned their lesson.
Yeah.
They actually
Welcome back.
learned their lesson.
Yeah, she is gorgeous. Wow.
Yeah, this chick is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of Anna de Armas.
Yeah,
that's one. And
what
someone
is she's Brazilian?
She's South American. fuck, I forgot which country she's from, but yeah, she's from down there.
Spank that
And
booty.
yeah, that other chick
Brazilian
too.
girls and
yeah.
fucking Colombian girls.
Yeah, South America, man. You
Ridiculous.
guys definitely.
Yeah.
Well, like Linda Carter's Latina, so like I think like once you get south of the border, for some reason there's something in the water, and it's not Montezuma's Revenge.
Yeah. And what do you call it? The what the fuck is his name? Jason Momoa's new girlfriend, that actress, Adria Arjona. Oh my
Yeah,
god!
oh,
what a
damn,
smoke
yeah.
show. I saw a movie with her with this hitman guy. Like guy was like pretending to be a hitman. Like he worked like for the cops or something. He would pretend to be a hitman and then they do this sting on these people. It's a pretty funny movie, but it's based off of a true story. And yeah, she's the chick in it, and oh my god, dude, she's like in lingerie and her ass hanging out all over the place. And it's awesome movie on top of it. So
What was it?
I can't remember the name of it. Shit. You know what? Oh, hold on. Let me grab her name and.
But yeah, don't look up any new pictures of Erica and Leniak. You will be disappointed.
No.
You will get a reverse hard on.
Okay, it's just called Hitman. That's the name of the movie.
If you see Erica Leniak now, you get a reverse hard on.
What was the one that Peter Griffin did where he's like, "Oh, let's check in on."
Kathleen Turner, huh? That's it.
100%.
It's like we've all done that. Yeah. We've all done that.
Hold on, yeah, this is the chick. This is probably for me. She's like on the top 10 hottest chicks.
Oh wow,
this
What's
broad,
her
yeah.
name?
Adria
Arjona?
Arjona.
Yeah, I saw a picture of her on the red carpet with Momoa, and I'm like, hey, who's that?
Yeah.
Not for nothing, her face. She's got a bit of like certain pictures. Like she looks like even lighter skinned Halle Berry. Like certain faces she made. Like, all right, wait, look at that one. Wait, go back. Could you go back? All right, let's scroll down a bit. No, the other one. Yeah, the other one.
The right panel.
Yeah, the right panel. The right panel.
No.
The where the pictures are, where you have the IMDb.
Yeah, on the right of the screen. Yep. No.
Doesn't she look a bit like Halle Berry right there?
She looks like she could be related to. She looks like she could be related to Lisa Bonet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why Jason Momoa is going for. I see. I'm on to him. Okay, he's got a type. It's a respectable type.
I forgot
he's got my yeah. There's the I've seen that photo, but
oh god damn,
yeah,
fucking ass, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, yeah. I'm telling you, that movie Hitman. It's on Netflix. Fantastic film.
All right, not the Hitman, the Timothy Oliphant Hitman. It's nothing to do with that, right?
No, okay. It's not that. Yeah.
Okay.
This one here. This was a good movie, surprisingly good movie. I thought it was going to be like campy or weird. This was a really good movie, and again, this is based off of a true story as well. They changed the ending a bit, but yeah, I was like, oh shit. A friend was telling me about it, but yeah.
Chicago Cubs. He's saying she looks like Salma Hayek. There is something in the Latina phenotype, like the makeup of their faces. Like, I don't know what it is, but it makes Latina women more like really attractive. I don't know what it is, but it's just like you can see it pop up in other ethnic groups. But whatever it is, the Latinas have it cornered.
Like I was saying, like Colombians and fucking and Brazilian girls, fucking like.
The big eyes.
Yeah.
All
right. Shakira's Colombian. That woman has looked the exact same fucking way since 2001.
Yeah. Those hips don't lie.
Ever changed.
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculously hot.
It's amazing. Oh, dude, speaking of Salma Hayek, I saw her on the cover of a magazine.
Sports Illustrated.
Yeah.
In the swimsuit edition. Yep.
Yeah.
Man, those dairy cannons are out on deck too.
That's what I was saying, Vinny, how Sports Illustrated smartened up. It's like, oh hey, why don't we put attractive women in this magazine that's supposed to celebrate attractive women?
Right?
Instead of like
what got us
the
to the dance in the first place.
well, when Playboy had that Filipino troon on it, and it's like, wow, nobody bought it.
Yeah, I want to see Megan Rapinoe in a fucking Victoria's Secret catalog.
Everybody wants to be reminded of their
went-
music.
Wait,
teacher from grade
hold
school.
on. I just threw up in my mouth.
We went from that girl I just showed you. We went from that girl I just showed you, Adriana Lima, to fucking Megan Rapinoe in fucking Victoria's Secret, bro.
Yeah,
And like, here's the
but no
thing:
thanks.
is like, here's the thing: is like, I mean, I know they're like, there's the whole fucking trope about like, oh, it's just a bunch of like neckbeards criticizing women or whatever. It's like, no, I don't criticize real life women. Like you will never catch me ever.
I'm not paid to be out there on the spotlight.
Exactly. That's what I'm getting at.
That's
is like
exactly. I know I ain't no fucking prize fucking Casanova fucking for all
that's their
women to
job.
fall over, but I'm not being paid to do this. Exactly. I'm not on a fucking TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
and
goddamn Gollum.
Right.
And well, like this newest one they're pushing with turning women into hammerhead sharks. Like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna call it out. I'm like, I don't find that attractive. Like for me, like peak beauty stopped in the late '90s, early 2000s. Like
Yeah.
a lot of these girls coming out now, I'm like, it feels like there's this agenda to like hand pick these weirdos.
Also going all right about that thing with art. Sorry, what were you gonna say, Ben?
I was gonna say another one of my top 5, Rebecca Ferguson. This chick. I love her.
I keep seeing that
Hey, now.
gif of her biting her lip. They keep
Yes.
putting this. They keep putting that up over and over again.
Yeah, she was hot in Dr. Sleep.
She was incredible in Doctor Sleep. If you watch that movie, only watch the director's cut. That cut is fantastic.
It's a great follow. Like, honestly, binge both movies. Binge the original Kubrick Shining and then watch this.
Yep.
They're really good back to back.
Yeah. All right, but going into that thing of where the girls have like weird eyes and stuff now. Now, granted, there were some girls who did kind of have that quality back then, but I thought like for one, the girl Amy Smart was a little fucking hottie.
Yeah, butterfly effect. Hey now.
Yeah, she had a bit of like the thing with her eyes, but it wasn't like horrifically distracting. I thought she actually looked good.
Yeah. Or even Christina Ricci back in the day when she was
Christina Ricci. She had a big head.
Yeah,
she had a 5 head.
But I thought she was
a pumpkin head. Her whole head was round,
like a Charlie Brown head. Yes.
Yeah, it was weird. She had like a big head, but she was skinny.
She looked good.
Yeah.
No, she looked good right before she started getting anorexic because she got ridiculously skinny.
Like the Ariana Grande thing.
She looked so much better when she had a little bit of weight on her.
But then she got that really ugly tattoo on her tit.
Oh yeah, that's fucking awful.
Why do women do that, dude? It's like vandalizing a church. You got this temple and they freaking put graffiti on it.
Well, what is this shit now of where women get like an entire paragraph on their rib cage?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't get that. Like, I mean, tattoos are fine here and there. One on the arm, one on the leg.
Not anymore, man. I used to not mind it till it got so oversaturated.
Yeah, now it's like she's got like boob tattoos and full sleeves. I'm like, what are you in the Yakuza? Like, what the hell? Yeah, no, but you lose detail. Like, you can't see the body underneath the graffiti when it's like that busy.
Yep. I see some models that went crazy with it, and now they're all getting the laser removal shit. It's like, yeah, because they realized it was just like a fad.
Yeah, that's why I never got a tattoo because of that. I can't even stand the same desktop wallpaper on my computer for more than a week.
Yeah, I'm too.
I have one tattoo, and I can't even see it. It's on the back of my neck, so I don't even really have to fucking.
Yeah.
Is it a barcode? Yeah.
No, it's I have
You owe me a Coke.
I have an anarchy symbol with a peace symbol in the middle of it.
Nice.
I like the way I drew it up. Like I have it like
but
you
the
anarchy
symbol.
Yeah, I did it myself. Yeah,
That's
and
cool.
I drew it up and handed it to the artist.
So Chicago Cubs in the chat has just challenged us. Do you know of I'm gonna probably butcher the name, but is it Shamina Cordoba? I now inquiring minds want to know who is this chick?
Weathers are all nice.
Yes,
On
I think I know
Spanish
who he's
TV,
talking
on
about.
Spanish TV, I'm already sold because
Yeah, I learned Spanish because
they
of them.
they know how to pick the girls. For unlike America, they know how to pick the fucking girls to put on their TV station.
This is
Dude,
true.
I learned Spanish because of Univision, where they had the telenovelas there,
Mhm.
and like Talia, one of the actors. God damn,
Oh
she was
yeah,
gorgeous.
hell yeah, I remember her.
Nice. Yeah, they had some
Yeah.
kind of like variety shows as well.
Yeah,
With the super hot broads, and like they get these fat, ugly guys
Yeah.
that have like
yeah,
giant.
Igordo
melons.
Yeah,
y la
yeah.
Flaca.
Yes,
Yep.
it was
Yep.
basically like Spanish Benny Hill, basically.
Yes.
Yes, and they were so like I don't. Again, it's that Latina phenotype, man. Like
Mhm.
I don't like I know there's guys that have like fetishes for Asian women and stuff, but like if you want like the big chest and the perfect hip to waist ratio and all that stuff, you're most likely going to find that in like Spanish speaking countries, especially in South America or like Central. And when you watch Univision or Telemundo and you see those, and it's just like everywhere, like they know that shit sells. So they're like, hey, you want to know what the weather is? Bam!
I mean, well,
Right.
they're also not letting fucking people who have zero interest. See, that's another thing that really bothers me is that a lot of these people let people who have zero interest in what they're putting out control their shit.
Yeah.
Stop letting people who have zero interest in what you're putting out control your shit because then nothing good is going to come to it. They're just going to walk away like wiping their hands and just be like, oh, a new thing destroyed.
Yep.
A new thing I already didn't care about in the first place destroyed.
Yep. It's like somebody coming in while you're watching TV in the living room and saying, damn it, this show sucks, and flipping the channel to something else and then leaving
And
the
then
room.
walking out. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
Not okay.
But yeah, I honestly would encourage, like, this would probably be the best way to get you to learn like a foreign language is to adopt whatever Univision and Telemundo do with their variety shows and all that stuff. Get Raging Hormone High School Boys to watch that and like, do it in Japan, do it in China, like whatever language you want to learn, replicate whatever those, Univision and Telemundo are doing and just do it with like hot chicks from those countries. Guarantee you will have perfect fluency by year 4. Like people will be naturalized speakers. Because I sat through every freaking show, pero sino que mi español es así, but but like I could speak the language. I'm like,
Yo quiero my boner.
Yeah, tengo ganas. Yeah, it's I dude, like honestly, it worked for me, and I was a dumbass, and I was able to pick up Spanish. Granted, it's American Spanish, so my family that's over in Spain, when I try to speak it, they laugh at me, but still.
Yeah. So going back to Queen Bee for a minute. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going to talk about the movie that we're supposed to be talking
Take the
about.
banner off. Take the banner.
But so she's obviously white lady running around
Redhead.
Colombia.
Yep.
Yeah. She wasn't speaking a goddamn lick of Spanish, was she? I didn't.
Nope.
I didn't hear her speak a fucking word of Spanish.
She didn't have to because all those guys were simping for her.
Yeah,
They learned English for her.
Her pumpkin pie. Remember they kept calling it her pumpkin pie?
Yep.
Yeah, because she had a red bush. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, the carpet matched the drapes. But actually it was a hardwood floor down there.
And now we've officially been talking about this longer than the movie is. So, we'll stop it right here. I give this shit a 8.5. I'll give it an 8.5.
Yep. I same score for me, 8.5. I would have given it a perfect score, but they did the animation shortcuts, and then we had an unsatisfying ending.
My complaint was it's too short. That was my
complaint.
Yeah.
Unsatisfying ending. Yeah.
If they threw in at least another 15 minutes and gave us a satisfying ending to the dick with the glasses, then it would have been higher. But 8.5 across the board.
You could have threw in another porno scene in there, since you can really drag it out.
I mean, he got at the cemetery before he killed him.
Yeah. Right in the bullet hole.
Just saying. Well, I didn't mean right in the hole, but not that hole.
That was the only hole in her body that hasn't been violated yet.
You're right. She was begging for it though.
Yeah, like I wish more people saw this. I don't think this got the love that it really should have been, given.
Yeah.
And Golgo is the OG.
I'm like, why are they so stingy with this character? Like,
Yeah.
He's been around for so long, and you're only doing like a handful of things with this guy.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it makes
wonder
me
who
want to
owns the
look up
rights.
the manga.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good one. It's just my complaint, like I said, just too short.
Yeah.
Under an
Yeah.
hour. Under an hour. That's very strange,
But it was so high octane. It was like beat to
Yeah.
beat to beat to beat. It was great.
yeah. It was good. It's good.
Did a very good job.
But so all right, next week I know this will probably be kind of weird for you guys, but next week I kind of want to go into like I just got in the mood for being a hate watcher. So next week I'm gonna go into hate watch territory.
Okay.
A movie I've only seen once before, probably a little bit over 10 years ago. Rock and Roll High School. Starring the Ramones. It's a
Oh,
movie
shit.
It's a movie with the Ramones.
So what you're gonna say is, so the three of us are gonna hate it, and Tom is gonna be like, "This is a solid 10."
Oh shit.
Probably. But I don't know why it popped into my head, and I was just kind of like in the mood to like hate watch something. Now, also, I may watch it again and not feel the hatred I felt for it back like over 10 years ago when I saw it. So who knows?
Weren't there other movies we were gonna watch?
I can't remember because we named so many goddamn movies.
I know.
I didn't get to take all of them down. But yeah, after this, I'll try to remember what else we were gonna watch.
Okay.
Also, was I trying to convince you, or did you say you were gonna do Smoking Aces?
I can't remember even a conversation about it, to be honest.
Okay, no, because I was mentioning it when Common. That's what made me bring up Smoking Aces when we were watching Common and John Wick 2.
Oh, right.
Because Common he's also in Smoking Aces. That's why I brought it up.
Okay. Yeah, if one of the services have it, we could probably do that.
I was just saying, if you don't want to do it on your channel, I'll probably do it on my channel if you want.
Yeah, either or. Yeah, man. You want to do it on yours? That's fine. I think we. Oh, by the way, you did leave before we finished, but we're after the John Wick 4. We're gonna do the Continental because it's only 3 episodes, and it's like an hour. It's only like an hour and a half each. So they're like little movies, and it's basically from what Tina was saying, how Winston gets the Continental. So it's like
only 3
takes place in the
episodes.
70s.
It sounds more like a mini series.
Yeah. But it takes place in the 70s, and they said Mel Gibson's also in it. So
Oh shit!
pretty cool. I didn't know that. So yeah, we could check it out.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for chilling out, guys. Adam, I probably had problems with the fucking storms and shit, but thanks for chilling out for as long as you did, Adam.
Yeah, man.
Chris, you want to throw your link?
Sure. All right. Let me see if I can grab it in time. See if I can break that 89. Yeah. It's like, oh, come on, man. Just a round number. But all right. It's my little OCD kicking in.
Yep.
You know what? Now that sorry, I just Chicago Cubs here said the little terrorist boy from Rambo 3.
Mm-hmm.
He did kind of look like Ricky Martin. The little Menudo version
He
of Ricky
bangs.
Martin.
He bangs. Or he gets banged.
God, remember when women everywhere wanted to suck Ricky Martin's dick? You think they feel stupid about that? Probably not.
No, a lot of them did. I had female cousins that were around that age. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. A lot of chicks like gay guys. It's weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're called fag hags.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Was that the correct term? I forget.
British cigarettes.
Yes. Oh shit.
Man.
Yeah. Infinitel Chronicles 2, Chris.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Yeah, we got like 24
Everything
days
coming
left.
along good.
Yeah, we're sitting pretty at 89. I'm hoping we can get. I hope we can get closer to what I did in the
To
first
100.
campaign. But yeah, I'm not complaining either way. I'm glad that the people that did back, I did notice some upselling. So people that backed the first one liked it enough so that when they backed the second one, they actually got more stuff this time, which is awesome. Like I have fewer backers, but I'm closer to what I was making in the first campaign.
That's great.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome, man.
Mhm.
So hell, it's been arts and crafts here at the Fisk household. I've been building all of the slip cases for the 2-book bundles, making sure they're sturdy enough and they work and all that stuff.
Awesome.
And yeah, I'm gonna post some pictures of that probably either later tonight or tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Cool, man.
Sweet. Yeah, thanks for having me on, man. I had a blast.
Yeah,
This was
brother,
a great
brother.
movie.
Yeah.
It
Hell yeah.
was. It's making me wonder if there is any more of like this era anime that's out there that I would actually enjoy. Because
Yeah.
seriously, the shit that got me so annoyed with just like anime in general was Naruto.
Believe it!
Oh, I gotta do a fucking music video of Linkin Park with Naruto clips. It's like, shit like I think it's Naruto that got me irked by fucking weebs. I really think it is.
Yeah. I mean,
But
fucking
anyway.
yeah. There's one. It's a series, it's way longer, but yeah, we can't do it like that. But Cowboy Bebop was fucking awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly like if you
Yeah.
ever want to go on a Cowboy Bebop binge, I have the Blu-rays, I have the movie, I have the original. Like I actually have DVDs that have additional content. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, what's
Yeah.
the one with the boxer?
Oh,
Ashita
Success
no
Joe.
Joe? Is it Ashita
Yeah.
no Joe or something?
It was what is it? Success Joe.
Is it any good?
No, it's something no Ippo or whatever.
Yeah. I think it's on
Yeah.
Netflix.
Is it any good?
I watched the first two of them. The first 2 or 3. It's pretty good for what it is.
All right, because
No,
this guy I used to talk to on Twitter. He was a huge fucking fan of it. And he was
Yeah,
always like saying I should watch it.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a slow start, but yeah, I think it starts to pick up. But
I also had no way of watching it. I couldn't find it anywhere.
okay.
There's an arcade game on it too. It's pretty.
What
good.
I want to do is that just popped in my head. Fucking One Punch Man. I've been dying to fucking catch it.
Yeah,
Saitama.
Because
Yeah.
I've only seen like the first 2 episodes, and then they took it off demand when I was watching because it was on Adult Swim on demand on my cable service. I watched like 2 or 3 episodes. I thought it was fucking funny as fuck. Because it was just gone, and they never ever put it back on again.
Yeah, that's one I wanted to see too. I saw the first, I think, 5 episodes, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I really liked it. I really liked it.
That was a good one too.
But yeah, Vinny, you want to throw your link up there?
Well, I mean, you guys know
If
it's
you can.
yeah, like you see, because I got Photoshop on, but
Gotcha.
yeah, Vinny art, as you see it on screen like that. That's me everywhere on YouTube, on Twitter, all that stuff. And yeah, tomorrow night we are watching episodes 9 and 10 of Dexter season 3. We're going to see Miguel Prado doing some very crazy, horrible shit. And what Dexter's going to have to do. It's awesome. Great series all around. Yeah, we do we got one more John Wick to go, and then we'll do the Continental on those Fridays. Yeah, Fridays I've been doing 2 streams, like a lunatic. But yeah, we talk about crazy stuff at 5 for like an hour or so.
Hey, as long as you're having fun doing what you're doing. Just
Yeah,
don't ever let it feel like it's like mandatory that you do it, because then it's not fun anymore.
Oh no, exactly. And the toy streams on the Thursdays are always a blast.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hanging out with everybody, and I got a pretty cool one for this week coming up too. And yeah, so I'll show some of that. I enjoyed talking about tits tonight, hot actresses, and the movie. The movie was fucking. It was a good time. So check it out, everybody. And yes, I'm back to painting City of Venus too. So all the pencils and inks are done. So yeah, I'm on to the next phase. So I'll give you guys a better timeline after I get more pages done. But yeah, this is going to be awesome. So keep an eye out for it, because as soon as I'm done with the cover, then I'll end up putting the sign up campaign going. So, but yeah, man, this was a blast.
Cool. Thanks everybody for watching. And Tommy, maybe you could join us next week for Rock and Roll High School. It's funny how I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit mentally unstable from going from Golgo 13 to Rock and Roll High School. So
I don't think I've ever seen that.
It's I remember it being really fucking stupid. I really remember it being really fucking stupid.
So then why we?
Well, like I said, I'm in a hate watching kind of mood. Every once in a while, it's good to let the hate flow through you. You know,
Really?
just to get it out there, for the world to see.
He's gonna do back to back, and he's gonna do the Batman after that.
No, I don't think I'm ever gonna touch that movie ever again.
One thing I do highly suggest is the Penguin series. That thing is the best mafia fucking story that they ever put out. Tommy loved every episode, so that says a lot. Yeah.
Well, I don't have a way of watching it, so.
Well, you let us know, and we'll find a way.
Yeah, I'll see. Because there were a couple other things too that I wanted to do that not just movies.
Mhm.
I wanted to do Lucha Underground because I found a way to watch the first season of Lucha Underground.
Okay. Oh, I'm sure I love that.
On Tubi, they had the first season, I think, of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon, the OG one.
Oh, nice.
And I want to at least do the pilot because the pilot was awesome.
Okay.
A lot of the fucking show is really fucking stupid, but I think I might want to at least do the pilot. I don't know.
Cool. That sounds good.
Yeah, I was just considering like doing a couple of different things other than just movies and video games and shit.
Right. Awesome.
Tommy, Chicago Cubs, RR Bone. Thanks for chilling out, guys. And yeah, next week, like I said, Rock and Roll High School. Hate watch time. And yeah, out we're going, everybody. Peace.
Later.
What's up, DiBiase, punk ass bitch? Oh.